Okay, so hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for this week's Thursday 30. I am Caris, one of CENMAC's advisory teachers, and today we've got Ian Laughlin from Information Manager at Inclusive Technology with us, who is going to do a live demonstration of HelpKidzLearn. So if you have any questions for Ian as we go, please type them into the chat, and we will take time to answer them at the end of the session. But for now, it is over to Ian.
Okay, Caris, thank you for the introduction. So, as Caris mentioned, today we're going to look at HelpKidzLearn and the different game services that are available on there. So there's plenty to get through, so let's get cracking on this. So you can see the screen here, HelpKidzLearn. This is the home page here. If I click the products, these are what services are available. So there's 6 online-based services on HelpKidzLearn, so that they are online. You have to log in to actually access them, and this is the recommended route we take. We suggest in these kind of services to take. So we have sensory space, which are very early cause and effect learning, using a variety of different access methods, whether it's switch, eye gaze, direct touch, mouse. And that is, in fact, across the board of all these services, you can use all those different types of access methods. There's games and activities next, so lots of different, hundreds of different games that you can use with those kind of access methods, teaching a variety of different skills ranging from early cause and effect, sequential, to eventually learning choice. Inclusive stories includes a variety of different engaging sequential based stories and resources as well, which we'll take a look at. Choose a Maker is our activity creation service. You can create your own choice based activities by adding text, pictures, sounds, etc. Choose It Readymade is also choice based activity. You don't create these, are already made for you, but activities with a curriculum-based focus, so the numeracy, literacy, science activities. Then finally, Insight, which is an eye gaze assessment service. These are games developed specifically for eye gaze access, which then leads the pupil user into what to learn next in terms of eye gaze skills. So lots to get through. If I just click on one of the services just briefly and just show you how this works in terms of what kind of licensing is available and the purchasing of these. If you click on pricing, these are the details here. So there's the 1 user, 5 user site. There's also a district license if there's a number of schools looking to purchase, home access as well for a monthly license, because ordinarily these are based on 12 months access. For anybody that's interested after the demo, please sign up for the 2-week free trial here also. All the services are they're all separate services, so just subscribing to one won't give you access to all of them. You have to subscribe to each of them individually. One of the advantages of them being online based, of course, is that you can use them on different devices, operating systems, whether it's Windows, iPad, Android. Like I say, you can't download them, but as long as you have internet access, you can access them on those different devices and operating systems. Okay, so once you've purchased a subscription to any of our services here, you will be asked to create 2 different sets of login details. First one will be adding your own email address to access Manage Account, so that gives you access to the admin side of things, if you will, so you can check or change any of your subscription details. But otherwise, the other login details you're asked to create is a username and password. And this is what you'd give out to your students, your teachers, to access the game service themselves. And to do that, you click on Launch Hub and enter your username and password in. I've got to auto-complete though, so it's gone straight into the HelpKidzLearn hub we've got here. So this is where you've got access to all the services. You can see just below each service is a bit of a description of what each one is about. the green play button there if you have a subscription to them. There's also the expiry date is shown below each service, so quite handy. It saves you having to go into the admin side of things to just check how long you have access to each service. So before we go into looking at these services, I just want to point out a couple of the new features we've got on HelpKidzLearn now, which is creating pupils' profiles. So when you log into this service, everybody logs in with the same username and password, and that's intentional. We don't want to having users creating lots of different usernames and passwords that they may lose or forget. And we like to keep things very nice and simple here. So, but the opposite side of that we have pupil profiles that now you can create. It's very easy to do so. If I click on the icon here and click on create profile, so I can give the profile a name, for instance. So I'll just put Martha there. We can give the profile a picture, an avatar. Before I do that, we can also choose which access setting is assigned to this profile. So that's quite important. It means you don't have to keep switching and changing the access method that you use. If you log in as a profile and say Martha is a switch user, for example, you set it to switch, so it will always be switch access once you log into a game using the Martha profile. So let's click on the avatars here. So what's available? Lots of different choice. So for example, we can also search. So if Martha liked dogs, for example, if I just type in dog, we can set a dog avatar there. We'll click save and close. And once we've created our profile, we can also create groups or a class to add the profile into. So if I go into manage groups and create a group, we'll call the group or class Bluebirds, for example. And again, you can choose an avatar for that. So we've got our Bluebirds class, we've got Martha here. So if I just tick Martha, click done, and just go into manage profiles, there's our Bluebirds class. Click on Bluebirds, you can see Martha is in the Bluebirds group or class now. Okay, so as well as being able to assign access methods, the other things you can do once you've created a pupil profile is that you can create a playlist. So as I mentioned, there's lots of different games. If there's just a certain selection of games that you wanted Martha just to focus on, then you could click playlist there, create a playlist and assign, for example, if you wanted number games, then I could add number games in here for Martha, and that would just keep those types of games Martha either playing them on a loop, so they play a never-ending loop, or you could choose them like a random, so they switch which games play first. There's also analytics as well. So once Martha has played a game, you can check how well she's doing, how long she's played a game, for example. Obviously, there's not anything in there at the moment because I've not done anything. But if I went and picked another profile, for example, and go into analytics, so there you go. There's reports there on the 5 Little Ducks games for user Iris. So playlist, analytics, and also being able to save access methods as well when creating pupil profiles. That's one of the new features. So let's look at the services now. First one is sensory space. So the description here, interactive sensory activities designed to enhance sensory exploration, engagement, and cause and effect learning. So this is what we'd advise anybody, recommend any users that are using this for the first time, want to go into cause and effect against things happen on screen once the user touches it or presses a switch or uses eye gaze. And there's lots of different categories available of games in here. So you can see as I move down the screen, we have the control, engage, interact category. Instead of moving down the screen like that, I can also select the game, so control category, switch category, explore category there. Lots of things in here that may also be things you already use in a sensory room, such as lava lamps, disco balls, bubble tubes, etc. So things that can emulate things that's is already being used. So let's look at one of the games in here. Spaceship is a good example of one of the games we used in schools that seems to be quite popular. So if I click play activity now, there's a bit of a description of what this game is about, but let's click play on here and I'll show you. So we've got our spaceship, we're going to guide through space. If I just double click, if I click the cogwheel icon at the top there, just to double check, I'm on the Irish user at the moment. Irish user is set to mouse access. So if I click done and click the button on my mouse, that will set the spaceship off, going through space, going through these rings. So I'm not guiding the spaceship as such. Once I've clicked the mouse button, that sets the spaceship off. If I carry on clicking the button, it will have no effect. Now say if I was using a switch, then I can just change it to switch selection, of course. And I just say if I had a switch in front of me, I click the switch. And again, if I click the switch, it's not going to have any effect. We're going to wait until the spaceship stops.
No, press CP.
So it's teaching that press and wait. Press the switch again. Okay, let me just show you also what you can do on sensory space, which is quite unique to this service. You can change the types of music and colours on screen. So if I just click on music here, so let's scroll down this list. We'll change it to this funky grooves, for example. Set music, and we can change the colours too. So if you wanted something a bit more muted and gentle, now if we play our activity and click our switch, so you can see it gives it a bit of a different experience, maybe more suitable for the user or the environment they're playing the game in. So that's just a brief example there of one of the games in sensory space. Like I said, lots of different games in the categories there, and lots of games also coming soon, because we continuously add to our services here and add new games to all of our services. So to quickly move on to our next service, I can do one or two things. I can click on the hub. That takes us back to the hub, shows us what services are available, or I can quickly select them in the list there. So the next service I want to show you is games and activities. And so again, there's hundreds of different games in games and activities, like I say, cause and effect, sequential, targeting and timing. So I can move down the list here. I can just select categories from the top there. Or if there was any specific game that you wanted to see, then we can choose like this. If I type in duck, we'll get to any games with duck. So one of the more popular games on here is one of the sequential games, the 5 Little Ducks that we've got on here. So let's look at this. So we've got our play button at the moment. I've got it set to switch. So if I press my switch,
one little duck went swimming one day over the hill and far away. Mother duck said, quack, 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 and one little duck came paddling back. Quack, 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 quack.
And so on and so forth as you go through the story or the nursery rhyme there. Briefly, let's look at one of the first initial games in here under the cause and effect category, the growing musicians. This is teaching press and hold. So again, if I've got my switch, if I press down on the switch and keep it pressed down, you'll get the visuals, you'll get the music. again, press it again, you'll get the different characters. Okay. And then finally, let's look at one of the choice-based games. So if I just scroll on this category here, let's look at the final one, Treasure Island. So we're going to use our switch to find the treasure on the map. So again, we're looking at the choice-based games here. So if I press my switch,
Volcano.
it will then start the scan.
Skull Mountain.
Press my switch at any point
Forest.
Pieces of 8.
to reveal that portion of the map.
Volcano.
Start the scan again.
Skull Mountain.
Shiver me timbers. Shiver me timbers.
Or of course, at any point, if we wanted to change the access method.
Move on, me hearties. There be
Okay,
nothing
so-
here but sand.
And then we go, we've found the treasure. there,
Ah,
so you
well done. You've found the
can
treasure.
screen there. Okay, let's move on to the next service. So again, if we just go back to our hub and see the next service is Inclusive Stories. So Inclusive Stories includes a whole load of sequential based stories that you can just move on with the switch again, or mouse, or eye gaze, or direct touch. The great thing about these stories is that not only do they teach lots of different things, so bullying, self-esteem, healthy eating, under the marvellous mixed bag. There's around the world stories, my day at Loch Ness, the day I met the Yeti. If I click on any of these stories, then there's a whole load of resources included with each one of them. So there's story scripts, delivery notes, assessment materials, principles, symbols for AAC. That kind of stuff is included with each story. I can also turn subtitles on. So if I play the activity, and let's see what one of the stories is about. So this is Millie the Mermaid who couldn't swim.
Millie the mermaid who couldn't swim. Walking along the beach one day, I got a bit of a shock as I saw the strangest lady sat upon a rock.
So as you can see, you get a bit of the story, there's a pause. Now if I press my switch on my mouse, or use eye gaze or direct touch to advance the story.
Her face was simply beautiful. It was difficult not to stare. She had the prettiest but saddest eyes and lovely tumbling hair.
Let's look at one more
She
part of the
wore
story.
a beautiful bikini, each part a different shell. Instead of legs, she had a fish's tail, which caused a bit of a smell.
Okay, and they're very funny, they're engaging. Okay, so let's move out of Inclusive Stories now and look at the next service. Going back to our hub, which is Choose It Maker. So Choose It Maker is a bit different. Choose It Maker allows you to create your own choice-based activities. It's very easy to do. So first of all, we can create our own folder to put our activities into. So click New Folder. Let's stick with our Bluebirds class. Click a blue folder. Okay, so we've got our Bluebirds class. Let's create activity, and this is how you quickly create an activity. So I'll call my activity favorite color. I can choose where to save it. So in my Bluebirds, I can choose a number of cells. So anything up to 1 to 8 cells, 8 choices. I can choose how many number of pages, turn a header on and off, a fixed or random cell position. I can turn text-to-speech off or keep it enabled, and also there's lots of default colours and themes there. So I'm just going to create that now. So we've got our 2 choices. So I'm going to add a heading. So I'm going to put, what is your favourite colour? And because I've got text-to-speech on, if I just click that text, that speech bubble,
What is your favourite colour?
it speaks back to me. I can change any of the colours around here, of course. Okay, and I've got two choices there, so I want to include pictures and text in these. So if I click add media, I can add my own pictures from the computer, or I can just go into the media library here, so inclusive pictures, symbol sticks and widgets. So I can look at any of these and click the categories, or I can just search. So if I search red and choose red picture, import that, and again back into my media library, choose blue. Now if I drag these into the cells and just put a bit of text underneath, again that will speak back.
Red.
Okay. And then what I want to do, I want to just add an auditory reward on there. So if I click on record audio, yes, red is my favorite color. I'm going to name that red. And I'm going to do the same with the blue. Yes, blue is my favorite color. And then we can just move those over to the cells, apply as reward audio, and then click save. Now if I go back, go to my bluebirds and open my favorite color activity.
What is your favorite color?
Now just hover over the options choices.
Blue. Red.
Choose red. Yes, red is my favorite color. Then what you can also do, instead of just playing this online, you can also play it offline by transferring it to the Choose It Maker app. So if I click share, click generate, I've got my iPad here, and open the Choose It Maker app and just add the share code that's there. I click redeem share code in the app and QJWGBB, click redeem. Now you can see this, but I've got my favorite color is there. Click play. Just turn it up a bit. Yes, red is my favorite color. Okay, so just an example there of how easy it is to really create and share an activity with the iPad app, which you can then play offline. Okay, so let's move quickly on to our last two services. So next one is Readymade, which again is choice-based activities but already created for you. You can't edit these as such. So we've got numeracy, literacy, science activities. So I'm going to numeracy numbers 0 to 5. Select any of these. So find 0, just show you what they're about here.
There are 0 camels.
So along the top we've got the name of the activity, the number of pages, the score, the time that's moved on. So there are 0 camels. Get the reward screen when the correct choice has been selected.
0.
Now if I didn't choose the correct choice, of course,
and 0 hens.
it just won't let you move on to the next screen until you've made the correct choice.
0.
Okay, so lots of different activities in those numeracy, literacy and science, and as you can see, lots of different categories in there as well. Listening skills, alphabet, tricky high frequency words in science, forces, electricity, light, sound and space. So lots to look into there. If you're interested, sign up for the 2-week free trial. Just time now just briefly to look at the last service, Insight. Again, it's a bit different. This is for eye gaze assessment only, so you won't be using a switch or a mouse or anything like that. I've got our Bluebirds class already created. We've got our pupil iris, so you can create the class, create the pupil, and you get these types of game categories here. So visual attention, noticing images, fixating, tracking. For the more advanced early early cognition, look for more, look to find, look to control, look to predict. Let's look at some of the tracking activities here. So dinosaurs 1. So as if I was using eye gaze, I'd be looking at the screen. So we've got that dinosaur. So I'm tracking that across the screen. You can see as I am tracking it, the animation slightly moves, just to show that I'm actually looking at the character. And there might be sound effects on there as well. And the great thing about Insight is that once you've gone through the activities, then it generates a report as well. So I can view reports. So I view one I've previously done, for example. So lots of information there about performance scores, activity information, activity breakdown as well, just showing how well you've done on each screen, which you can then save, or you can look at on the Insight iPad app as well, print out for your records. And it's an intelligent reporting service as well, so it guides you onto which recommended game to move on to next and focus on different skills for eye gaze there. So that was pretty much it about the 6 services on HelpKidzLearn. So like I say, if you're interested in any of those, just go onto the product page, click on pricing, click on 2-week free trial, and sign up for that. As I mentioned, they are separate services, so if you wanted to try all of them, you need to create 2-week free trials for any of those there. So if there are any questions, I think we've just got a few minutes remaining to carry on and ask any questions. If not, if there's anything that you want to think about and get back to me later, you can of course contact us at support@helpkidslearn.com. So support@helpkidslearn.com, and we'll answer any questions. We've also got a live chat facility on the side as well, so you can contact us at any time to ask anything. So I'll just wait for a few. Oh, here we go. Is text or this is Caroline? Is text to audio in the Choose It Maker available in other languages? Yes. There's actually a facility on there that you can choose the different languages on there as well. So Caroline, have a look into that and have a go on the 2-week free trial to give that a go. No problem.
Okay, I don't know if there are any other questions. We've got a couple of minutes left, but
that's good.
I think it was
Hopefully I've covered everything.
I think you did. It was very comprehensive. It was very impressive.
There's a lot to get through. I might have been quite fast. The great thing is, for those of you who was a bit too fast, if you go on our website, HelpKidzLearn, go into resources. There's lots of great resources. Any of you that already have the services, if you go into the guides, for example, there's lots of great guides just giving advice on how to use these services. If you go onto the webinars that we've done ourselves, these are a lot more extensive webinars, an hour in length, just guiding you through the games and what they offer. So yeah, please have a look at those as well.
Okay, lovely, thank you. So I think if that's all questions for now, then we'll finish there. But if you do have any additional questions, you've got the support email address there for you to get to Ian with any additional questions.
Yeah.
But I would like to say thank you to Ian. Thank you for your time and demonstrating those HelpKidzLearn's games and services so comprehensively. And if you join the meeting, thank you so much for joining this week's Thursday 30. Have a good afternoon, everyone, and bye for now.
Thanks for inviting me. All the best, Caris.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.